Hey everybody, I'm KPCzombie and this is the updated Bioshock Speedrun tutorial. If you want to skip to a certain level, I'll have the times on the screen right now. That way you can just skip ahead. There's one thing with these settings we need to go over before we start. Make sure you have vertical sync off. You won't be able to do some of the tricks if it's on, so just make sure that's off before you get started. There's one more thing I want to mention for just this game overall. There's a trick that is dependent on how many frames you get. So basically, the more frames you get, the higher your jumps are. And if you don't have enough frames and can't jump high enough, you won't be able to do the tricks you have to. I'd say you need to get about 300 frames per second as the bare minimum. Anything over that is better, but I'd say about 300 is the bare minimum. If you're not getting 300, I'd say still give it a try, but usually for me, I can't do it unless I get above, 270 to 300. Okay, for this first level, not too bad. It's mostly just walking. For the next trick here, we're going to jump on top of the bathysphere. So what we're going to want to do is you're going to want to go backwards, jump, and then while you're in the air, press your activate button. And it should look like this. Now we're on top of the bathysphere. This whole thing takes about 2 minutes or so. So just wait around. Okay, now that we have control back, there's nothing too hard just yet.
I don't know how you survived that plane crash, but I've never been one to question Providence. I'm Atlas, and I aim to keep you alive. Now keep on moving. We're gonna have to get you to higher ground. Take a deep breath and step out of the bathysphere. I won't leave you twisting in the wind. We're gonna need to draw out of hiding, but you're gonna have to trust me.
There's a little invisible wall right there, so just wait until the light turns on, and then you can go.
Now, would you kindly find a crowbar or something? Bloody splicer, seal Johnny in before they... Goddamn splicers.
Okay, now we are getting close to the first trick. You have to kill that guy. And what we are going to do is... basically, there's a big cutscene right here, and we're going to skip it. So to do this, make sure you can see where it says Electrobolt Power Up. And then press your quick save button. And this is important. While it's quick saving, press E and then escape. And then once the quick save runs out, you're going to be in the pause menu. You'll see in 1 second. Okay, so yeah. Now make a save, and then just load that one save that you just made. Now, once it loads, it's going to be pulling you into the quick save, and what you have to do is jump backwards and just keep jumping. You'll see here. I turn around because it's easier, but if you don't jump right away, it's just going to put you into the cutscene. This jumping is pretty hard. It looks a little easy right now because I have my jump on scroll wheel, which makes it a little easier. Okay, that line. You want to cross that imaginary line and then turn around back to the stairs. That's how you get the splicer to spawn quickly in this room. Okay, then you want to go back up the stairs, and when you jump down the stairs again, he will be right in front of you. And now, getting into this elevator can be a little tricky. You can get right into it, but just keep spamming jump. The splicer behind you will eventually push you in.
I'll ever see my wife and child again. Go to Neptune's bounty. Find my family, please.
You can jump out of the elevator a little bit early if you want to. Okay, so then kill the splicer, grab the pistol. I don't know why I did that, that was weird. Okay, so that red line right there, you want to line up right there, jump once, look to the right of that line, and then jump again, as you saw I just did. I think that's the easiest way to get through there, and unless you're going for really good times, that's going to be a perfectly fine way to go through that area. Right here, you want to jump in this area, just make a save, and then load it. If we didn't, yeah, just save and load. And then we're kind of just playing this how you're supposed to from here on. Well, besides the whole jumping thing.
Somebody went and turned a sweet baby girl into a monster. Whatever you thought about right and wrong on the surface, well, that don't count for much down in Rapture. Those little sisters, they carry Adam, the genetic material that keeps the wheels of Rapture turning. Everybody wants it, everybody needs it. If you spot a
Once you shock those two splicers in the water, it's important that they're in the water. This splicer will jump out at you, and once you kill her, the next two splicers will show up. So wait till the first one is in the water, and then you can go on.
It's Ryan! Goddamn Andrew Ryan! He's found us! Damn it! He shut off access to Neptune. There's another way to get there. Head to medical. What are you waiting for? Go! That's the big daddy.
Okay, don't go too far forward in this room, or else you'll trigger a cutscene. Just don't go past that line, really, and you'll be fine. What you gonna want to do is just electrocute the door, and then you'll get taken into the next level. And yeah, that's the first level. Okay, so first thing with this level, you're going to want to hack the security bot and swap the blue circles out for the blue circle and the red circle out for the red circle. If you don't have the pieces in the way the pieces look on my screen right now, it means you didn't reset the RNG. You can do that by just resetting the game between every run. And if you do that, the circles, or not the circles, the pieces will be in the same spot every time. Right now, you have to wait for the ghost right there to pretty much like say her whole thing. Then it lets you open the door after that, so kind of just have to wait around.
You keep an eye peeled for Steinman. The daft bastard set up
You're gonna want to pick up that ammo right there. It's gonna help us out a lot later.
Remember, all them machines will short out right and proper if you hit them with electrovolt. Security cameras. I can hear the infernal things all around you. Right.
Okay, so now we have Incinerate, which is right here. Well, we will use that a bunch throughout the run. Right now, you're kind of just running through. If someone's in your way, blocking your path, you can just kill them. They don't have to die right now.
Big daddies, the little sisters, pump some kind of chemical scent in the air. Pheromones they call it.
Okay, right there on the floor, what I just picked up, you're going to want to pick that up. That's pretty important. And also, now we have telekinesis. Make sure that you have telekinesis and incinerate. These are the two plasmids we use for the run, and we pretty much don't pick up or do anything with the plasmids after we have these two.
I'm a star, not you!
For this room, that red line, do not cross that red line, or else you'll pretty much... just don't cross that line. With telekinesis, grab that suitcase that you see right there, and make sure it is on its side, or not its side, make sure it's right up like that orientation. Okay, for the fling, this is the main trick we use in the game. What you want to do a fling is forward, space, and then press your telekinesis. And if you do that, you will fling up into the air, as you see. And if you're like me and don't get enough frames to get over the wall right away, there is another way to do it. That little ledge right there, you're going to want to jump, fling, and jump onto that. You can do that with less frames. And, well, I got enough right there, but if you land on that little ledge, you can jump over it. That's what I used to do for a while when I had a worse PC. As you noticed, I just put in the ammo that we picked up later. Or before. I like to jump on that little ledge right there. And killing that guy who I just killed will open the gate before it's supposed to. I recommend, if you want to practice this trick, make a quick save. This trick is, you want to just copy where I have mine. This is a hard trick to do. It really just takes practice. If you don't get it, it's about 40 seconds, I think. Early on when you're learning this game, it's not. Don't worry about it too much, but that trick is really just experimenting and figuring it out for yourself. Okay. If you did the fling correctly, you'll spawn where I spawned. If you did not do the fling correctly, you'll spawn somewhere else. Make sure, for this part, you kill yourself in that corner, because it will spawn you right where the level starts. So, we kill ourselves there, because killing ourselves and spawning where we just spawned is faster than walking back, so... And this is the end of medical.
I don't know how you managed it, but you did. Come through
Okay, this is the Neptune's Bounty. The strat for this level is actually the newest in the game. While I was recording this video, I had to go back and re-record this level because the new strategy came out. so it's pretty new.
Whichever way you slice it.
Right now, kill this big daddy. I think the best way is by throwing the 2 explosive barrels and then killing him with the machine gun. You want to rescue the little sister. For some reason, rescuing the little sister messes stuff up later, and we can exploit that. Don't really understand it too much, but it works, so I'm not complaining. Kill that turret and grab him. Make sure you're aiming where you see on the screen and throw the turret. If you did it right, you'll get the message that you see on the screen right now. Grab this barrel, and we're going to do another fling with it. One thing that's important, make sure it's not standing upright. Make sure it's on its side like mine is. We're jumping up there where you just saw me look. And once we're up here,
Something to keep you alive. Now, go get that camera and then snapshots of those that fall from the ceiling. Then I'll let you into the fisheries. Just
The research camera looks just like one you'd see topside.
for this next part, we get our camera and we have to take pictures of 3 spider splicers. And I'm going to show you exactly where they all are.
Lots of other $5 ones.
First one is in the same exact room as where you get the camera. That one's pretty easy.
Everybody knows it. In the ground for months, and half the place still jumping at his shadow. Christ, even Ryan. You never mind all that. We got work to do.
I like to kill these splicers because they can get in the way. I put a little circle around it so you can better see the splicer. But normally what happens is you open the door and they jump away, but we can just take a picture of it before it jumps away, so it makes it really easy for us.
Head on back to Fontaine Fisheries when you're ready, would you kindly?
Okay, in a minute here we're going to do a death warp. Which, if you don't know what that is, basically we're going to kill ourselves and spawn somewhere, and it's faster to do that than walking back. Okay, so we're about to see another major trick in this game. It's skipping audio. As you'll see, you want to hit pause, go into the messages, click the bottom message, and then it's called useless experiments. Play that twice, and then wait for that message from Atlas, and then play it one more time, and the door should open up. Skipping messages with useless experiments, we're going to be doing that a lot throughout the run, so...
what's that? My friend, you have fought.
For this next part, where you stand makes the boss in this area spawn in a certain spot. I like to do it right here. I like to stand where I'm standing. Wait for that message that you saw, and then again play useless experiments. And when you hear the phrase, let's see here, Atlas, he was ours. When you hear that, you can turn to the left and Peachy will be standing right there. Kill him and pick up what he has.
Used by smugglers and thieves. More than likely, the entrance will be hidden.
If you don't pick up what he has, it's not too bad. It's going to be annoying later. Make sure you grab the damage increase right there for the grenade launcher. And that's pretty much the end of this level.
You got it. Should be smooth sailing from here. I'll meet you up ahead.
Okay, so now, smugglers. This level is pretty short.
I'm right outside the submarine bay, but I can't get in. I'll need you for that. My family can't be more than
For this ramp right here, it's weird, so you have to jump up it, and that line you just saw, as soon as you see that line, or like get to that line, just start jumping up the ramp.
Hit the switch up there in the control booth.
Okay, I definitely recommend making a quick save right here. So pretty much stand where I am and just walk forward, and then you're going to want to walk backwards and press E while you're walking backwards. You'll see why in a second. So forward, it lines you up. You're going to want to walk backwards and activate that panel. And what's supposed to happen when you activate that panel is the door closes and you're locked in, but you can actually just walk backwards out of it, like you just saw. But definitely recommend making a quick save until you get good at that trick. The end of this level, hit the door and then activate useless experiments. And that will end the level. You want to take your camera out for this level, for this part of this level, because there is a tonic, I think it's called a tonic, where you move faster, and in order to get it, you have to take pictures of a few splicers on this level. This is the first splicer you take pictures of. If you did not get it there like me, there's another splicer right here that you should be able to get it off of. And put it on. That box right there that you see, grab it. We'll use the box for a fling in just a second here. There's a splicer there, you're going to want to kill her. Okay. There's another splicer there. For this next room, there is a trigger that if you look at it or go past it, will trigger an event that prevents you from leaving the level. So be careful not to look across the room. You're going to want to find the bench, like you see me doing, and put the box down in front of the bench, where you see mine being, and then do a fling over the invisible wall trigger thing, and you can just leave the level. Make sure after you land, though, keep looking down until you get through the doorway. Okay, so this is Fort Frolic. Pretty short level. There's only one trick involved with it, and there's a bunch of different ways to do this trick. I'm going to show you what I think is probably an easy one of the easy ways to do, but there might be easier ways, I don't know. This is just what I used to do. Just walk forward until you fall down, and then align yourself with the middle, like that red line. And do you see where my cursor is? Make sure you keep it, the cursor aimed at that point the entire time, and then spam E and W. And eventually you should get it. Make sure you're constantly adjusting the cursor though. Okay, so this is HEPHAESTUS. This is a very complicated level. It's probably going to be confusing, and you're probably going to get lost at least once. But once you get it down, it's not too bad. I got lost a bunch of times when I was learning this level, so if you get lost, don't worry about it. This jump took me a while to get consistent. Basically just aim for the little point of the rock right there, and you should get it almost every time. come over to this body that's right here, grab what it has, play the message that you see, and then play useless experiments. Now we just wait for the store to open up. Really quickly, I just want to mention something. If you shoot a weapon like the grenade launcher, the shotgun, or the crossbow, and then switch to your plasmids and back to the weapon very quickly, you can actually skip the pumping or the whatever animation, and it lets you shoot very quickly. I'm going to use that strategy to shoot very fast to kill this Big Daddy. 4 grenade shots will kill that Big Daddy, and if it doesn't, you just shoot more or switch to the shotgun, but you do want to have that Big Daddy dead right there. There's another Big Daddy somewhere in this area. It usually spawns somewhere down here. Also gonna want to kill it. And I put it over there, so it's easier to get to later. This message here, it should play automatically, and then just play useless experiments to skip it, and it lets us start picking stuff up for the mission. We threw the Big Daddy here so we could pick up what it has. Right now you're going to want to use an auto hack. For some reason, if you do not have an auto hack, the code is on screen. Watch your health right here. And we killed the other Big Daddy. That way when we'd spawn, it was right there. Pick that up too, that's a little important. I get myself to 1 health here. That way I can pick it up and then just go back right away. It's not too important that you do that, but probably saved like 1 or 2 seconds. As far as getting lost in this level, the general rule is the door you want to go through is right below where you spawn. So if you find that you're getting lost a bunch while doing this level, go through the door that's right underneath where you spawn. And if you've been following along and picking up everything that I've picked up, you will be able to get the bomb. Build it and pick it up, and then kill yourself. Because it is faster than walking back.
Does it look like it's a real bomb? It's better. You got to put it on the core past geothermal control. And we'll see if these needle nodes...
If there's a splicer right here, you can kill it because they might mess you up. Then you pick up the machine gun rounds. You can put them down about where I did. You're gonna jump, try to get on top of that rock. Don't worry, you can go right through the bomb, as you'll see in a second. Or not the bomb, the core. Put the bomb on the pedestal. I couldn't find it. And then jump down and kill yourself, because again, it's faster than walking back. And now we pretty much want to leave the level and go back to near the spawn. There's not really anything left with this level, just running back. If someone's in your way, you can kill them. I like to hide behind this little thing right here because you can prevent yourself from taking a little bit of damage. But hit the door, and then useless experiments to exit the level. This next level is a little bit tricky. I'm going to explain the overall what we're doing, and then I'll show you exactly how to do it. So basically, we're activating the Andrew Ryan cutscene, then we're leaving the level, and then going back into the level. That way, the cutscene is playing, and then we can just go right around him while it's playing. Okay, so to do this, the first thing you want to do is activate the radio message, all that matters to me. It should be the first one, and then activate the door and walk backwards so the door closes, and you're on the outside. Come over to this vending machine, and this jump is a little tricky, so it's really just experimenting with it, and the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. Once you shoot this door out, you want to do two things. Play Useless Experiments, and then play All That Matters to Me again. If you do it in the wrong order, then you'll kind of mess everything up and it won't work. So, okay, so now we've activated the cutscene, and now we left the level. All that's left to do is to go back into the level and go around him. You're gonna have to, because we loaded back into HEPHAESTUS, you just have to go into Rapture Central Control. Now, I don't know if you can see it there. There's machine gun ammo rounds there that you want to grab, and we're gonna fling with it, just like we did in the last level. There's also a can of nitrogen on the ground near the stairs. Some people prefer to use that, but I prefer the machine gun rounds. That red line you just saw, you pretty much don't want to put the ammo in front of that line, because if you're too close to the stairs, it kind of messes it up. But basically, you put that down, fling over. Previous to the first level, once you enter the door there, make a save and then load the save, just so we gain control back.
Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly head to Ryan's office and kill the son of a bitch?
Then, play Useless Experiments 2 times. And then the door will open, and this level is pretty much over. Once you drop down, it takes about 7 seconds for the level to end, so don't worry if you're sitting there wondering if you did something wrong. It takes a little bit.
Welcome back, child. Welcome to the city where you were born. You are angry at
The beginning to this level is kind of slow.
you are his tool, brought back to Rapture to save him.
The first thing you want to do is
You have saved many of my
play Useless Experiments 3 times, because we're just skipping a bunch of dialogue here, and we can't progress into the level until the dialogue completes.
genetic experiments on other prisoners. They call me das Wunderkind, a wonder child. Germans. All they
Once you play the 3, just wait around a little bit, and this little sister will say, "Come with me," like she just did, and then just run up the stairs. You don't have to wait for her or anything. But if you're not close enough to the little sister, she won't say, "Come with me," so kind of stay nearby.
Who's he? He's here to help us.
And, okay, this level is kind of on a timer. depending on how quickly you can do it. This was one of probably the second hardest level for me to learn. It took me a while to get all the timing down. So, if you don't get it right away, don't worry. Okay, the exact amount you need to turn this this wheel, that up bar has to go around once and then another 25%. Like you just saw those red bars. So that's exactly how far you have to turn that wheel. Similar to the last level, we are going to be activating a door and then running out. We're going to do that right here. Now, it's important to pay attention to the dialogue that's going on right now. Once you see this radio message right now, play "Say Hi to Ryan." It should be the last radio message. If you don't play that, you might get teleported out of this level too early, and you'll have to come back in. But yeah, just after you hit the door, wait for that one radio message to play. And then hit welcome. No, sorry. Say hi to Ryan. Activate that message we just picked up, and then without leaving the menu, hit the top radio message. I think it's called something to do with leprechauns. I forget what it's called. That's not important though. It's just the top one. The code is 5744. I kind of missed it on the when I was doing it right there, but it's 5744. It's gonna be that every time. Make sure you hit that and kill that radio. What's it called? Security camera. The door will not open if you don't kill it.
They say to save one life is to save the world entire. I made a place for the children.
Now this level's pretty much over.
It is you who are their savior.
If the lot 192 right there is not glowing for you, just play useless experiments, and then it will be glowing. So to exit the level there, where you just play useless experiments, and then grab the lot 192. It's really important that you grab the lot 192, because that's kind of the mission right now. We're getting these lot 192s. So right now we don't have control over our plasmids. We're given Winter Blast, and then it turns into Decoy at some point. So I don't really kill too many things here. You can freeze them if you want to, if you're really low on health. But this level, there's not much to it. It's just walking mostly. Something that I just like to do, I put the decoy down. That way the alarm sees the decoy. And when an alarm sees a decoy in this game, it sends the security bots after the enemies, or the splicers. So yeah, here's the other lot 192. Grab it, and then kill yourself. You're invincible for a couple seconds after you pick up the lot 192, so that's why my health was not decreasing.
Take the bathysphere to Point Prometheus. It's time for this matter to be settled.
Once you are free of Fontaine's control, then you can have your revenge. And we can keep my little ones out of his filthy hands.
Yeah, now we're pretty much just walking a little bit more. Okay, here's the only trick in this level. Line up about where I am and jump into that circle. Crouch down and you'll be able to fall. Use a health pack and then fall again. And you can skip waiting for the elevator to take you all the way down. But be careful you don't drop down to the bottom all the way, because that will kill you. You have to stop stop halfway down.
Your entire plasmid structure.
Okay, Point Prometheus. Another really short level. This level has a very precise trick, and I've broken it down to exactly how I do my setup. Some people just kind of say, oh, I'm about in the right spot, but I was never able to figure that out, so I came up with a setup that works every time. So I'm pretty sure it goes over it in a lot of depth. So hopefully you'll be able to just learn the setup and get this trick every time, and not have to worry about failing it a bunch. This is Last Chance Kid, probably the most infamous trick, because when you're practicing it, every time you fail it, you just hear Last Chance Kid. Fontaine screams it. Okay, the first thing you want to do, line your cursor up so it's the middle of it is exactly on the corner of that carpet, and then look up, line it up exactly with the center of that little circle. Move to the left until you have 2 and a tiny bit of the third little wooden panels there. Then recenter your cursor over that little hole, and that red line, you want to walk forward and jump at that red line. Definitely make a quick save. So run, jump at that line, and then you will have control, and you'll be able to just leave the level. Sometimes you have to practice exactly when to jump. But yeah, that level is not too bad once you have the setup down. Okay, to start this level out, hit that little vent right there so the little sister comes out. Now, yeah, come over to the store, wait for her. There's a lot of little things you can do here to control the little sister, and it's just so many things. I'm not gonna go over it here. If you're really curious, just come find me, I guess. Like I'll say later, there's links to stuff in the description, but okay, so this level, right now there's not too much. There's no tricks for this level, so we're just playing it out how we're supposed to. It's pretty boring. Yeah, there's not much to say here on this level. You can just see what I'm doing and kind of copy it. There's not much explaining to do. One thing that is important, search that body and grab the 5 trap bolts. We use them to kill a Big Daddy almost instantly later, and it's a little important that you grab them. What you just saw I went into a menu for is you can start these splicers spawning like a couple seconds early if you skip Tannenbaum's message by playing this message. But that's not really too important. They can spawn on either side of the or they can come down either one of these hallways. They've all come down on the right one so far for me. Oh yeah, I guess they all came down on that side. Yeah, this level, much exciting. So yeah, they can spawn, just kind of stand where I am. They can spawn on the left or the right. Not too much going on. There's these little invisible walls. You kind of just have to hit them a couple times and then they let you through. I have no idea what they are or why they're there, but yeah, they're there. Three splicers will jump out of the water here, and yeah, you should kill them at some point. Not much to say, really. Okay, I would just like to point out that that body right there went clean through the splicer. I've never seen that before I recorded this. The body just went clean through that splicer. So yeah, again, I'm just playing the message to save a couple seconds. Get the splicers to spawn sooner. Stand where I am, and they can come in front of you, to the right, and behind you. They don't usually come behind you. Mostly just the two places that I'm looking. Something general about this level, there's 6 splicers on every single location, and the last one is always a spider splicer. So you know when you're done with an area, when a spider splicer shows up. Okay, load the trap bolts that you picked up before into your crossbow, and this is where we're gonna lay them down quickly. Kind of have to do this quickly. And then Big Daddy just dies.
Better for the girls to be with you. Better with you than alone. Alone in the crawling darkness.
Yeah, there's no way to get through these doors without the little sisters. I really wish there were. I think everyone wishes there were. It's not really bad, it's just the only level that we can't do anything in. As far as glitches or speeding it up. I just like to grab everything, just because you're just waiting for the little sister, so why not? Make sure that you're reloaded on everything too. That's a good thing to do in this time. Make sure you have proximity mines on your grenade launcher. That is important for the next level. And yeah, one more level. We're done. Okay, so basically for this next level, what we're how we're killing Fontaine is we're placing these proximity mines where he jumps down. That way he instantly gets hit by them and loses all his health. You want to put them down about where the material on the floor changes. Put 2 down and take your shotgun out. He gets hit, he has like about 1 health. Shoot him with the shotgun and then he'll die. Put 2 more bombs down and then just repeat the same thing. At this point, security bots spawn in, so if you shoot them the same way you did the last 2 times, they'll get blown up. So walk up the stairs and shoot them. And they should survive. If for whatever reason they get blown up, just, I don't know, wing it. I recommend the crossbow, does a lot of ammo, or does a lot of damage. Once you hit that final E to drain, that's when the game is over, and you've completed it. Yeah, so thanks for watching my tutorial. If you want to follow me on Twitch, I'd appreciate it. And there'll be links to the Bioshock Speedrun Discord, as well as my Twitch in the description. So if a question wasn't answered in this speedrun tutorial, you can go to the Discord and they probably will be more than happy to help you. You can also find me. I stream somewhat often. I'd be happy to answer any questions. And yeah, thanks for watching.